Hello my nectarines, Nono here, and I'm back with another video. I know, bestie, I've been away for 2 weeks, I know, but I'm back and I'm so excited because today we have this really cool PR unboxing from a South African nail brand called Mascara. You guys probably know about it by now. I talk about them all the time. They sent me this really cool PR box. Let's quickly go through it and see what they sent us. So first up, we've got this card grabber. If you're someone who wears nail extensions and you struggle to take your card out of the ATM, honey, this is the tool. I really love it. I also noticed that they sent me some bracelets. How cute. I love stuff like this. I am such a little girl. These bracelets made me so happy. And the other one's written Mascara Bestie. Ay. They also sent me this little journal. It's kind of like a nail art book where you can just like scribble nail art ideas, and I really like what they wrote on the outside of the book. There's a lot of pages in here, and this is gonna come in handy for me because I'm a huge pen and paper girl. I love writing down and drawing, so this is gonna come in clutch, especially when I'm conceptualizing designs for my next YouTube video. There's a lot of pages, so I am so happy they sent me this. Quick disclaimer before we continue, I am currently recovering from a flu, so my chest is really tight and my energy levels aren't where they normally are, so bear with me, you guys. The last item is the set of nail tips, and look at how cool this packaging is, you guys. It's giving VHS tape. On the outside is written, "This is your movie, act like it." Like, what? This is so cool. This gave me such nostalgia because my mom used to be a huge fan of collecting VHS tapes. I think she still has a box back at home, which is amazing. I really loved this. Now, these are the set of tips. These are their soft gel full cover tips, extra long. I don't know why it's saying square, but the picture is kind of giving coffin. But anyway, you get 360 individual tips in this box, which is amazing. By the way, you guys, if I haven't mentioned it, Mascara does ship internationally. I am going to link everything in the description box if you guys want to check them out. Now that I actually look and hold them, they're kind of like tapered square. They're not all the way square, and they're not all the way coffin. But I really like a tapered square. It makes like square designs really nice. I'm giving them the bend test. Now these are made out of gel apparently, so usually how I test is if I bend the nail and when I restore it, that white line disappears, whereas with plastic tips that white line will remain, which can be annoying. But overall, I think they're great. Nothing really out of the ordinary, and they feel awesome. So let's get into today's design. I'm sure you guys have seen it on the thumbnail. I've had this design in my mind for the longest time. I've been wanting to try it out, so I figured these tips will be perfect. We're going to be doing half a Frenchie, and then for the rest of the nail we're going to just do some 3D wispy and zwee-zwees and zwa-zwa-zwoos. You know, you guys know the drill. And I'm super excited to try this out. We're basically just going to figure it out together. Now I'm going to just prep my tips. I'm going to start by removing the little nibs on the free edge. We're not going to be cutting the length down at all. We're keeping it all. And then once I'm done with the free edge, I further customize the tips around my cuticle area, making sure that they sit nice and flush. I also just thin the cuticle area as well. That way I don't have to go back and do this step once I'm done the application. To apply the tips, you're going to be using the Supreme foundation, also for mascara, in the shade Dusty Pink. I only realized while I was editing this video that I've actually done this technique before using mascara products back like 2 years ago and that video is almost at 1 million views, so it just feels right to revisit this technique again using pretty much the same products. Now, as for my natural nails, let's not look at how terrible they look and how badly overgrown my base coat is, you guys. I'm saving my cuticles for a Russian manicure video that I want to do, and they just need to be crusty, okay? They need to be crusty so that we can just figure it all out. But yeah, be on the lookout for that video. It's going to be coming soon. Now we're going to start with the application. I'm going to be applying pretty much the same amount as I always apply. I decided to go with this dusty pink or dusty rose shade because it is going to save me time when it comes to doing my Frenchie. Also because I don't want the nail to be too bulky on the part that's going to be French. So I'm really trying my best to make sure the nail feels and looks nice and sleek. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my nails exactly the same way. So this is how we're looking after the application. I am really happy, even though it's a little bit patchy, but I've got a solution for that. I'm going to be going in with this Jelly Nude gel polish from Born Pretty. I love this shade, you guys. There's hardly any left in the bottle because I've used it so much. The only thing is it can be a little bit streaky. So once I've applied it, I have to just give it a few seconds to just level out, and then it will be fine. I only went in with one coat again. I didn't want this part to be too bulky, and then I cured it in my lamp for 60 seconds. It turned out great. Now that I'm happy with how my base color is looking, it's time to do the white smile line, and for this I'm going to be using one of my favorite white gel polishes, well, the only white gel polish I use. It's called Malibu, also from Mascara. It is amazing, you guys. It's forever sold out, and I find myself running from one store to the next to try and find a bottle. It is that good. Now here's where I got a little bit annoyed with myself. As I was applying the Jelly Nude, I left the free edge a little bit, just it like a chaotic mess there. I should have rounded it up nicely. So now that I'm going in with the French smile line, there's a very like sharp indentation where that nude ends, so I ended up having to go with 2 coats. Now that I think about it, I could have just buffed it smoother just to make it look like more appealing. But I also didn't mind going in with 2 coats. It made the overall like smile line look extra crisp. I went off camera to quickly finish off the rest of the nails, and I'm really liking how they are looking, you guys. They kind of look like detachable nails. Like I'm gonna just like detach the rest and be left with Frenchies. I really like the look. Now I'm going in with my Crochet or Stay nail buffer, and I'm gonna just buff away any lumps and bumps that I might have missed. I'm also just gonna buff away the top section. That way when we go in with a chrome, we do not have any issues with it sticking onto the nail. I'm going to be going in with Born Pretty's rhinestone glue for today. I wanted to try something different. I normally would have gone with like my solid like top coat and some black, but today I was like, okay, you know what, let's try the rhinestone glue because it's, you know, it's nice and thick and it's going to stay in place. On there I'm mixing a little bit of black gel polish, and then I gave it a nice mixy mix just so the two products combine. And I was so happy with the viscosity of this gel. I knew that I was going to be able to create very nice 3D swirls without having to worry about them collapsing, which can be annoying. Now let's get into the swirls, honey. Let's get into the swirls. I had so much fun doing these, you guys. I didn't have a reference picture. I didn't know what I was doing. I just decided to jump in and just, you know, let the swirls guide me. I'm using Pearl, my flash curing light, to just flash in between. You'll notice I go over one little swirl twice, so 3 times altogether, because I really wanted them to stick out. Did it take long? Yes. Did I mind? No, because I was having so much fun and I just loved this process. It was a lot of fun. One of you had commented in my previous video that you'd like that you struggle actually with 3D swirls, and I promised that I'll do an in-depth tutorial and giving you guys tips and tricks on how to, you know, get around and get comfortable with doing 3D swirls. That's going to be coming up soon as well. Yeah, so in this video I'm going very quickly, not really showing much in detail because I didn't want the video to be too long, but I'm sure you guys get the gist. Once I was done with all the 3D swirls, I made sure to give my nails a proper cure on my lamp, just to make sure that they are fully cured. I didn't want any surprises. Now it's time to apply the chrome. I wanted to go with something a little bit different. You'll notice that initially I went in with this copper looking color, and after I've applied it, I said no, I didn't like it. So the gold that I've hit pan on, that I'm sure you guys can see, I went in with that. That is my favorite gold chrome, and it just never fails me. So I went over the initial copper chrome with the gold, and you know, you couldn't see it when I was done. I even enjoyed applying this chrome. I took my time making sure that I'm really tucking it in on the sides, and oh, this was so much fun to do, you guys. The set just came alive. One last thing I wanted to mention for you guys is that I recently opened up a Yaga store, so please check it out. On there I just have products that I receive, and I know some of you would really like to get your hands on them. Unfortunately, it's only available for my South African girlies, and if you use code Nectarines, you'll get 50 Rand off your purchase, so please check it out. One tool that came in handy with the chrome is my fan brush. Listen, it just made sure that I get rid of any tiny little sparkles or particles of chrome that might be just tucked and sitting in areas where I don't need it to be. And now finally we're going to seal all this gorgeousness with some non-wipe top coat. I really took my time at making sure that I'm tucking the top coat in all the areas. That way my chrome doesn't tarnish very quickly. I also did go in behind the nail as well, so that the nail is nice and clear. And just as we're finishing off, I also want to give a huge thank you to Mascara for this absolutely stunning PR package. So well thought out, giving early 2000s, 90s vibes. And I am totally here for it. It means a lot to be recognized by a brand. Guys, I've been using Mascara products since I started my nail journey. So now that I am a nail influencer, to receive products from them is truly amazing. So thank you so much to Mascara. Now that we're done, I'm quickly going to moisturize my cuticles because Lord knows they are crusty. And we are pretty much done with today's stage, guys. I absolutely am in awe of how stunning the set is. I love that it's giving 2-in-1. It's kind of giving detachable nails, but not all the way. You've got the best of both worlds. We've been obsessed with chrome and 3D swirls, and of course, the Frenchie is a classic and it never dies. And I love how the two combine in the set and they look absolutely gorgeous. Let me know what you guys think of this set. Let me know what vibes it sparks up in your heart. And I really hope you watch up until the end, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Do me a solid, please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't, and I want to see you guys real soon in the next one. Love you, bye.